Welcome guys, back to Risk for Generational Wealth. My name is Barrett, and on today's episode, I have an absolutely amazing subject for you guys. One that I think is going to be extremely impactful for you all. Now typically most of my videos are a couple minutes long, very quick, concise, to the point. This one has a little bit more detail. It's not going to be 30 minutes, it'll probably be something close to 10 to 15 minutes max. But I swear you guys will benefit so much from this. So I watched an episode with this, it was an interview of a trial attorney, and this was his perspective on dealing with difficult people in the context of an argument. We've all had these people that are just rough, tough, difficult to deal with. How do you even go about dealing with these people in the context of an argument? First of all, why are people rude to you in the first place? Everybody, or not everybody, has these moments, but many people have these moments where they're down and they want to spread the negative energy. So they feel bad, and the only way they're going to feel better is if they make you feel bad too. This is, of course, in my opinion, an awful way to go about life, but we have to deal with these people everywhere we go, unfortunately. They want one thing, and that is the dopamine that they get when you react back to them. So how do we not react? Because it can be so easy if they're like, oh, you're stupid, your clothes are stupid. You go back and say, you're stupid too. That's exactly what they want. You fell into the trap, guys. You're trapped. What do we do to avoid this is you need to be like water. You need to move around them in the conversation. You really want to be like a wet blanket for them and say in your mind, you wanted this to be fun, but this is not going to be fun for you. Just wait. And we're going to attack them in the way, maybe not attack, but we're going to attack this situation in a way that I think will help you guys a lot. So first of all, you need to prepare for the hard conversation in the first place. So these conversations can happen with your spouse, with random people, in all types of situations, somebody at work. But the number one thing, guys, is you don't want to allow conversations when you're not ready. So for example, maybe you've had a long day with your partner. It's 10, 11 p.m. Both of you have got really intense, maybe there was something that happened earlier, and their partner dives in and wants to start having the conversation then and there. If both of you guys are on 10% battery, don't have that conversation then. Now this can be hard for me because I like to resolve things very quickly, but the important thing is that you both are charged up enough and you feel good enough to be able to have those quality conversations and be able to work through it and perhaps not ignite each other's emotions further. You can even say, if your partner starts diving in or whoever starts diving in and getting angry or wants to get into the subject, you can say, I can tell I'm getting defensive and I would like to have this conversation at a later date. A little bit of vulnerability, and it goes a long way as well. You also want to keep in mind when preparing for the hard conversation, you need to curb your triggers. So everybody has a trigger. Everybody has those things within them that they set you off and they make you angry and you see red and there's no coming back from that. So be extremely mindful when preparing of what your triggers are going to be and avoid those and curb those if they're about to come up. Also guys, one of my favorite things, I'm going to make a video on this later, but a pause. Pause is the absence of words, but not the absence of communication. It gives space for both parties to reflect. It's a beautiful thing, guys. So you can take the pauses wherever you need. Couple seconds here, a couple seconds there. We'll get to that in a later time too. So, pre-argument as well. When you speak, you don't want to be speaking, and then that, and then this, and then that. You want to say what you're going to say with control, as I am speaking now. And first of all, guys, let your breath be the first word that you say. So the first thing you need to do right when the conversation is beginning, 2 seconds of breath in, 2 seconds of breath out. Do it once, and what does that do, guys? It disarms you. It gives a little bit of space for the other person too. But the main thing is it takes away the fight or the flight. So the flight response is, oh, I'm done, slams door or runs away. And the fight is obvious too, you just stay and you fight. But it helps lower the threshold for that so you can handle what is coming in the conversation. Now also you want to speak slow and again use the pauses. Because also if somebody says, where were you? Oh, or how are you? Oh, I'm good. Versus, how are you? I'm good. It shows that you're actually considering the question that they're asking. It's a lot better of a situation of active listening when you're in the argument in the first place. And on the note of a pause, there's a quote that says, good leaders capture calm energy. Amazing, amazing. Now the next step, guys, is when dealing with difficult people, we all have that desire to have the zinger, to have that one thing you said, I told you so. And we as a society are obsessed with that. We want to have that powerful takedown, when you're having the argument, where they remember it for days. But oftentimes, guys, when you have those zingers in an argument, or you have like one person takes the other person down, it destroys the relationship and any possibility of a relationship there at all. So here is what you do, guys. When you're starting the argument, add 5 to 7 seconds of silence. If they've insulted you, what you say to them, step 1, you say that again. So they say, well, you're this, you're that, you're terrible, you're ugly. What you do is you say, please say that again. Or I'm going to need you to say that again. Sounds weird, but what this does, guys, is one, the second time they say it, if they do, it makes it not as powerful. So, and they also feel weird not saying it, or saying it again. There's like, oh, what is this? And it makes them think about what they just said. So oftentimes if somebody's insulting you or they say something kind of demeaning or a small little hit, it makes them think about, oh, is that what I really meant to say there? And oftentimes people will say, oh, no, I didn't mean for it to be that way. Oh, no, sorry. And then the conversation goes off. So it's a great way to kind of handle that too. So, and again, the great thing about this, so it makes them think about it, and it's not as powerful the second time when they say it, and plus it puts the spotlight back on them. So a couple really, really powerful, well actually first of all, before I get to that, if they double down and they do say, yeah, you're dumb or this or that, what do you say next? You say, thank you. Really, and the thank you comes from, thank you for showing me who you really are, and I choose to not spend my time with you any further. Thank you. This is the best thing because you are not giving them what they want. They want you to engage. They want you to fight back. You are completely throwing a wet blanket over them and making them writhe and feel bad back. That's the whole point of this, guys. It sounds kind of dumb or weird, but you are disarming them in the perfect way. So I have some absolute banger things you can say after this too. So you can say, did you mean for that to hurt me? This can be taken so many ways. And then that's also a great way to see, Was that their intention? More than likely, they will say, no, I didn't mean, I meant this, I'm sorry. Great, you've disarmed it, guys. Any of that small, subtle communication, you've taken that off the board, you've called it out, and you look better for it. And if they do double down and they say, yeah, you are stupid, you can say, imagine being the person to say that. It puts it back on them. And you can also say, I'm surprised you said that out loud. So good. Don't ever say, that hurt me, because it gives them the dopamine, guys. And the great thing about this is when you say these things back to them, they have to admit their intent. You can figure out, why are they saying that? And so there's none of this like muddiness that we get in conversations that lead to you feeling bad. Also, one of the best things that I came across to say was, if you really, they just keep drilling you, they keep drilling you, such a powerful thing to say is, that's below my standard for response. What are they going to say to that? What are they going to say to that? It's beautiful, guys. It's beautiful. So that's pretty much it, guys. This is just a way to kind of handle these conversations. It's not by any means a complete overview, but I want to give you the tools that you can use to handle in an everyday situation to, one, just help you navigate these relationships, but to also not misunderstand somebody's communication. Because more than likely, we're only getting half of the true perspective, which is our own, and not taking into consideration the other people or the overall perspective. So, guys, I guess the dogs are going a little crazy back there, so it's probably my time to wrap this video up. Look, please like, subscribe. This is Risk for Generational Wealth. My name is Barrett, guys, and I'm always aiming to give you the best possible content that can help you in your day-to-day life. Thank you.